Alrighty guys, so how's she going today? As you see, we're on the good old GoPro. And hopefully it's cleaner looking anyway. And we got Big Red in here and everything. And I'm not sure what you guys are seeing. You guys might be too far down. So I do apologize for that. I'll just kind of keep rearranging it as we go through the video. But I brought the 3-inch tool back just because we might need that. So, but anyways, we gotta check the winch, make sure the winch is good. I think the wiring's fine. Make sure nothing's loose, but I think it's all pretty much all good. Yeah. We're gonna pull this winch out and reclamp it. If you guys are seeing that, because it's kind of being pulled from from last year, and we're just going to pull it right up to the vise there. So we got to check our winch and make sure it still works, and it freaking better, in or out. Yeah, see, it's got the memory of pulling the plow. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm a dumbass. Oh, maybe it's not gonna work. Uh-oh. Oh, it is. I forgot that the damn winch has free mode on it, free reel, whatever you want to call it. I kind of always forget about that they have that. Ow! I cut myself. So this is kind of, and they're actually talking tomorrow, Friday. Extremely shitty weather. Chance of snow, cold, rainy, probably snowy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut all this off after I reclamp it. I have to unfortunately bend that. And like I said, I don't know if you guys are too far down or what, but I'm just gonna wing it. And you guys just have to kind of live with it, because I don't have that app on my phone to see what my GoPro looks like before I actually use it. And keep forgetting to ask my sister to help me figure it out, but she's been kind of busy. So I know on the last setup I had, instead of these kind of pins, I always had the quick attach ones. The last time I had that, of course it bent them over time, but you know, I think I might go back to that because this here is still the original pin. I just reused it because I didn't feel like stabbing on another one, so that one won't get used anymore. I'll pull the pin out if we can. Sometimes they don't want to come out too easy. But you can see how it's close to where it broke, right? See, you don't want that when you're plowing snow. You want it to be on a fresh section of wire. So we're going to do it right before the snow does fly. You guys should be seeing this, man. I hope so. Now we need a wrench. Take this clamp is a new one. The original one, the first one that I used, still in the house, but since it's been kind of dickered, I don't really want to reuse them. So yeah, hopefully you guys are seeing this okay. today it's supposed to get pretty decently warm out, so I'm going to take advantage of this and get some shit done. We'll work on this winch. Take the plow out, as you can see sitting right there, the good old Polaris. Glacier's 60 inch. 60 inches, I think that's a 5 foot blade. And what the hell's going on here that I'm not getting it? And we'll clean it up. I'm probably going to give the plow a bath and Big Red, and then give him a little bit of grease. And then, oh yeah, we got to blow the filter out too, duh. But we'll do one thing at a time. Because I'm not in a super big hurry. It's just I want to get done before tonight. I mean, I don't want to be out here all night. I mean, this GoPro's not going to last. It possibly could last 2 hours. That's the biggest memory that's in this is 2 hours. Same as the other camera. But if this thing dies midway through, we'll just switch over to the big camera. And then once I run out of memory for that, I'll use the cell phone. So, blue, blue, blue. And I'm not sure if I'll, like I said, if I'll edit it all together. You know, I mean, if I did that, it'd probably be the first like 3 hour video. I don't think anyone's really willing to see that. So what we'll do is we'll straighten this out so we can see what we're dealing with. Ouch. Ow, you little prick. And then re-loop it. Ow, ow, ow. See, it's got that memory now of from last year, so it's going to be a little bitch to work with. But we'll re-loop it. Ouch. And then, let's see here, I need to find a good section of wire. And then we'll cut off the old shit with that 3-inch tool. We'll try that. Let's see here, come on, baby. See, this is a good section of wire, kind of right here where this ding is, but I don't need it that big. No, I'm not even crazy for that. Ouch! Frick it. All the wiring's all getting all pokey because it's getting probably wore out. So we'll just make another new loop here. Squeeze it down enough so we can get the clamp on. Get it close as possible to the bottom too, because then yeah, it's actually pretty good, I'll say. And then we'll put the clamp on. And then this other little dewey for the clamp. And then we'll get the nuts on quickly before it goes flinging off and hitting me in the frickin' face. What's going to happen too is you got to remember, as I use the plow, oh shit, it's actually going to push this clamp closer to the edge. So then I'll be able to lift the plow a lot higher. So that'll be pretty nice. And I got quite a bit of line on here, so I think I'll make it through the season, because the other line that I have now, I took it off the old winch, if you guys remember, and stuck that on the clothesline. So I don't have any more winch cable, but I can get more of these. I think it's only like 20-30 bucks for a 50-foot roll on eBay. It'd probably be a lot more if you got it actually from the Polaris website or from the actual dealer, but I don't really want to do business with my Polaris guy. This is too big. I need something a little smaller. Like I said, I don't want to do business with him unless I absolutely have to for major repairs or something, but so yeah. So we'll get this nice and snug. Now I don't know what will happen to the wire when I cut it. It might just end up flinging too again, like just like this one does. But we might as well get rid of the rotten section anyway, because I'm not going to be able to do anything with it ever again, so it might as well come off. And I don't know if you guys have seen this. You guys must be. I don't know. You guys have probably seen either more of me or more of the ground. But we'll find out. But so with crappy weather coming along, I'm not going to want to do this. So today's going to have to happen. The tractor, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. Because I still kind of need it yet. I need to be able to chop leaves, but I'm not going to probably do it today because I just don't need to. So see, I can get this pretty stinking tight. But if you go too tight, you're going to end up stripping it, and then I'm going to have to put a new damn clamp on. I think this is probably the third clamp now I've gone through. Because I always over tighten them and then I end up stripping them. But you know, you got to get them tight, or they'll just slip. So, but we'll get this done, and then we'll start working on Big Red. I know some guys were saying to change the air filter out, put a new one in, and some are saying to do it every time or every other time I change the oil. That's just not going to happen. I think it's kind of a waste. But I mean, if you wanted to get maximum horsepower and stuff out of your machines, you know, that's probably what you would want to do. But I'm not really noticing a horsepower loss in this. So yeah, I think that's about as tight as I'm going to get it. And pretty stinking tight. So like I said, I'm not sure if it'll hold, but we'll find out. I probably could almost put a double nut on this too if I wanted to, so I know for sure it's not going to get loose over the time. But if you're never really going to know that it's loose until the cable starts to get, you know, pulled through the thing, right? So I think how tight I'm going to get that. I want it perfectly tight. I don't want no freaking sloppy mess in this. And yes, I am probably going to try to keep this video kid friendly, if I can try. So, oh, excuse me. Well, I can get her tighter over the winter time. So now to cut this, I'm going to stick this in the vise, just like so. Ouch. Like so. And then we'll pull this wire up, take the 3-inch tool and right through that. Hopefully that's the game plan. Hopefully it'll work. I'm not going to put the hitch or this thing in yet. Of course, I'm bleeding and getting a runny nose and everything. Oh. So now what we need to do is get the air compressor hooked up and ready to go. Okay, pull my hose out. Should be more than enough. And do a cold start to this thingy. I gotta get my fan out of here too. My air conditioning. Not really. Yeah, I took my safety glasses away too. God dang it. I kind of needed those, I guess. Well, actually, I'm going to go get my safety glasses because I don't want to cut into that yet. So, hang on, guys. Okay, so I had to make sure I got my camera on. I used a cell phone to kind of help me see because I don't have that thingy. So, you guys should be recording, right? Yes. So, I got my glasses. And I'm going to put some electrical tape around that. Maybe that'll stop it from peeling. I don't know. So maybe we'll cut it, put the tape around here and then cut it close to it. It's worth a shot. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to have these on at the same time I got you guys on. That might be some trouble. Well, just barely if I got this out of the way. Well, it's not on like I want it to be, but you know, if my big ear wasn't stuck. Oh, come on, why is my big ear getting stuck here? Because I don't want to be cutting and then something gets stuck in my eyeball. Well, it's not in there all the way. It's when one ear is not on. That's alright. For my safety glasses, I mean. Can't say that'll work, but it's worth a try anyway. We'll just cut all this right off. This is all bad right here. This is still good right here, but it's got that bend in it, so we're not going to keep that. It's got to be decently straight, like the rest of it. It's working. I gotta make sure I get enough air built up. Well, that went pretty simple. Well, it does pay off to keep the 3-inch too, I guess. See, that's what you could use it for, is on those small jobs. On those big jobs, forget about it. When you want to try to cut through, like these things. Like these things. This is what takes a long time to cut through. So, gunshots! Not really. So, I'm just going to keep that tape on there. I think it'll be alright. I ain't gonna worry about it. That tape's just to keep the wire, I guess, from kind of like wanting to... Ooh, it's kind of warm. I guess from wanting to split. Nice and clean. Yeah, it still could cut you, but, you know, you'd be pretty stupid to put your fingers on that. So maybe we'll do one more crank down on this, just to make doubly sure. Just to make sure that we're good. I think we're going to be alright. Sounds like someone's breaking glass. Probably those damn kids again. Oh well. Yeah, that should definitely hold. That should get me through the first snowstorm. Probably not. I'm having to break in it right frickin' then and there. Okay, I don't want to strip it. So let's unplug this so we don't, so that thing won't fire up on us and cut my fingers off. So whoa. Now this thing's got a little over 40 psi, and I'm going to release this. You can kind of feel the moisture, starting to feel the moisture in it now. See, there's moisture actually in that. Higher the PSI, the more of the water that comes out of it. Surprisingly, right? So, you see it dripping out a little bit. But there's actually still air in this line too. There. Release it from your air lines too. So, this, anyone want this? You could take it apart and you can use each little strand there to put something together. Yeah, unbelievable. That's a brand new winch cable too. Well, not brand new. Well, it was from last year. It's only about a year old, you know. So, kind of sucks. So, we'll leave that tape on there. So maybe it won't peel. I know what we could do. I'm getting low on electrical tape, so I might end up getting more on payday. So I'm just going to wrap this all around. I know that's probably should be using something else besides electrical tape, but I ain't really got nothing else usable right now. The duct tape that we got is cheap crap and made in China and freaking Chinese crap. There. Nice and thick. But you damn well know as soon as I break that freaking cable, I won't be able to redo all this. Because you know what's going to happen when we break the cable again. We're going to get this mess on it again, right? And I'm not going to be able to cut it. I'm not going to be able to tape it. If the shop was heated, then, you know, my air compressor probably wouldn't freeze. I mean, I don't know if it freezes or not, but I don't really bother cranking it in the wintertime because I don't really need it. So, okay, now what we got to do is put our vise back together, double check this, and then put our hook back on. Sometimes I'm kind of picky on how this goes. I guess it doesn't really matter. Because when I put it on the old winch, I wasn't happy with the way I put it on there, and I was like, well, frick it. It'll probably end up breaking again anyway, so why bother with it? Put the pin through, and instead of using this, I might actually use maybe like a which I ain't got none of. Got them up at the house. It's gonna use a quick attach pin because I know that I'm gonna break this damn thing a lot. So let me go get a freaking quick attach pin thingy for that and find out who keeps breaking all the damn glass. Must be the kids, probably. Alright guys, give me a second. I'm gonna go find a quick attach pin there and then we'll be back.